All right, welcome to our deep dive into the E-Myth Revisited.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
So, you guys listening out there have already read this book.
Yeah, I would hope so.
It's a classic for a reason, but we're not going to bore you with like a basic summary. We want to go deeper.
Yeah, we're going to extract those golden nuggets.
Exactly. So, where should we even begin? This book is packed with insights.
Well, right off the bat, Gerber throws us this curveball, the whole E-myth thing,
The myth of the entrepreneur.
Yeah, the idea that every successful business is started by this natural-born entrepreneur.
You mean like a Richard Branson type?
Exactly. But in reality, it's often the technician, the one who's like super skilled at their craft, that starts the business.
Oh, I totally see that. You're amazing at baking pies, so you open a pie shop.
But then they hit a wall.
Because running a business, it's a whole different animal.
It's not just about making amazing pies, right? It's about managing people, systems, finances.
Oh, the stuff that makes your head spin.
It's a whole different skill set. And that's where a lot of small businesses, they stumble.
So what's the antidote? How do we avoid falling into that trap?
Well, Gerber says we need to tap into different personalities, like different parts of ourselves. He calls them the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician.
Wait, is this where that fat guy, skinny guy thing comes in? I love that analogy.
Yeah, that's it. It's that internal struggle we all have, Skinny guy wants to eat healthy, work out, get organized.
And the fat guy's like, pizza and Netflix.
Exactly. And in business, it's the same thing. The entrepreneur, they're all about vision, big ideas, taking risks.
The manager is all about order, systems, keeping things running smoothly.
And the technician, well, they just want to focus on the work, the thing they're good at.
So how do we get those three guys to play nice? I mean, it's like a board meeting in my head, and everyone's got a different agenda.
Well, Gerber suggests that businesses, just like people, they go through these phases of growth. He calls them infancy, adolescence, and maturity.
Oh, interesting. So infancy, that's the startup phase, right?
Yeah, there's a honeymoon period.
You're working crazy hours, you're fueled by passion. It's all very exciting.
But it's also when the technician is in charge, right? And that can be a problem.
Okay, so then comes adolescence. Uh-oh. Teenage angst in the business world.
Exactly. It's when things start to get a bit messy.
You're growing, but you're not quite sure how to handle it all.
You need systems, you need to delegate, you need to manage your finances.
It sounds stressful.
It can be, and if you don't start embracing the manager, well, chaos ensues.
So how do we survive this business puberty?
Well, that's where the turnkey business comes in.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
The idea is to build a business that can run without you, like a well-oiled machine.
So I can finally take a vacation.
Exactly, or even just a good night's sleep.
I'm in. So how do we build this magical turnkey business?
Well, think of it like this. If you were franchising your business, what would that look like?
A blueprint, like a step-by-step guide.
Precisely. You need systems for everything. Training, marketing, operations.
Even if you're not franchising, this makes sense, right?
Absolutely. Thinking like a franchise owner, it forces you to create those systems.
It takes all the knowledge out of your head
Yeah.
and puts it into a format that anyone can follow.
You got it. And Gerber is all about systems,
Yeah, he's like the system king.
He stresses not only like production and customer service systems, but also
The soft systems, we talked about that a little bit earlier.
those are key. Those are about the human element of the business.
Like how you treat your employees, how you create a positive culture.
Exactly. And we'll dive deeper into that later.
I'm looking forward to it. So we've got our turnkey blueprint. We're taking care of those soft systems. What else do we need to keep in mind to build a truly successful business?
Well, Gerber highlights three key elements: innovation, quantification, and orchestration.
Wow, big words.
But they're not that complicated, really.
Okay, break it down for me.
Innovation, that's about being willing to experiment, to try new things, to constantly improve.
Like think of McDonald's.
Exactly. They didn't just stick with the first burger they made. They tested different storefront designs, different colors.
Always innovating, even with something as simple as a hamburger. So what about quantification? That sounds a bit technical.
It's really just about measuring your progress. Gerber says you can't just guess what's working. You need data.
Data is power, right? Track your sales, your customer feedback, all those key metrics.
You got it. And then finally, we have orchestration. Think of it like conducting an orchestra.
Making sure all the instruments are in tune, playing the right notes.
Precisely. It's about making sure all aspects of your business are aligned, from your vision to your systems to your people.
So it's not enough to have a great product or service. You need to have a great business as a whole.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me more.
Well, let's talk about that story Gerber tells about the hotel owner who had a system for everything.
Oh, yeah, the one with the checklists. I loved that story.
It's a great illustration of how systems create consistency, you know?
Even when you're not there to micromanage everything.
And his hotel wasn't just efficient, it was also known for its amazing customer service.
So it wasn't just about creating a robotic experience. It was about creating a system that delivered a consistently positive experience for every guest.
And that's what sets truly successful businesses apart.
It's about having a plan, having systems in place, but also having that human touch.
Exactly. And that's where those soft systems come in again.
All right, I'm ready for a deeper dive into soft systems.
Let's do it.
So we've got all these big ideas floating around from the E-Myth Revisited. But how do we actually put them into practice? Like you mentioned, turning your business into a game worth playing.
Yeah, that's the goal, isn't it? Making it fun for everyone, not just a grind.
Exactly. But how do we do that?
Well, Gerber suggests we start by understanding the roles we play in our businesses. It's not enough to just be the technician.
Right, the one who's heads down, just focused on the work.
Yeah, we need to think like the entrepreneur, the visionary, and we need to step into those manager shoes, too.
Okay, I get that, wearing all those hats, but it can be overwhelming.
It can be, but it's crucial. The first step, Gerber says, is developing a strategic objective. Now, this isn't just some vague idea.
Yeah, like, I want to be successful. That's not very helpful.
It's got to be specific, a detailed picture of what your business will look like when it's firing on all cylinders.
Like a roadmap, but for your business.
Precisely.
Right.
And think about it this way. If you were franchising your business, what would that franchise look like? What are the non-negotiables?
The essential elements that would guarantee its success.
Exactly. That level of detail, that's what we're aiming for.
Okay, so this ties back to the turnkey concept, right?
Well,
Creating a business that's not totally dependent on you.
you got it. But even if you're not planning on franchising, thinking like a franchise owner can be super helpful.
It forces you to create those clear systems and processes.
And to document everything, so anyone can follow the blueprint. And speaking of systems, remember those soft systems we talked about?
Oh yeah, the human side of business. Tell me more about those.
Well, think about your hiring process, for example. Do you have a system for finding and attracting the right people?
Like not just posting a job ad and hoping for the best.
Exactly. Or how about onboarding new employees? Do you have a clear process to make them feel welcome, get them up to speed quickly?
All those little details that can make a big difference.
They can make or break your business. Because ultimately, it's all about culture, right?
Creating a positive work environment where people feel valued.
Yeah, and that takes effort. It's not just going to happen on its own.
So how do we create a culture that's aligned with our strategic objective, with that game worth playing we're trying to build?
Gerber talks a lot about people development.
Oh, going beyond just basic training.
It's about creating opportunities for your employees to learn and grow, to stretch themselves.
Investing in your people, not just seeing them as replaceable cogs.
Exactly. And that might seem like a lot of work, a lot of investment.
Yeah, it's easier to just tell people what to do and hope they do it well.
But trust me, investing in your people is one of the best things you can do for your business.
When people feel valued, they're more engaged, more productive, they stick around longer.
And that creates a better experience for your customers, which, impacts your bottom line.
It's all connected.
Exactly. You create a clear vision, you build systems to support that vision, and then you invest in your people to bring it all to life.
It's not just about efficiency and profits. It's about creating something meaningful, something you're proud of.
You got it. And that brings us to one of my favorite analogies in the book, the martial arts dojo.
I remember that. So what's the connection between running a business and, like, karate?
Well, think of the dojo as the ideal business environment.
A place of discipline, focus, continuous improvement.
Exactly. It's a place where people come to train, to push themselves, to learn and grow. And just like in a dojo, where students have a sensei guiding them.
The business owner, they need to step into that mentor role.
Helping their employees develop their skills, reach their full potential. It's a shift in mindset, from being just a boss to being a leader, a coach.
It's about empowering your team, not just bossing them around.
And some business owners might think, oh, this is all a bit too touchy-feely for me.
I just want results. I don't have time for all this personal growth stuff.
But I would challenge them to think about what really motivates people. Is it fear? Or is it a sense of purpose, belonging, the opportunity to contribute something meaningful?
Nobody wants to feel like just a cog in a machine.
Right. When people feel like they're part of something bigger, they're more invested in the success of the team.
And that's what creating a game worth playing is all about.
It's about aligning your business with your values, your passions, your desire to make a positive impact.
It's about building a business that you genuinely enjoy being a part of.
And that's something we should all strive for.
All right, so we've talked about systems, we've talked about culture, this game worth playing, but how do we pull it all together? How do we build a business that runs smoothly, that grows consistently, that truly reflects our vision?
Well, this is where Gerber introduces the concept of a management system.
Okay, we've thrown the word systems around a lot.
Yeah.
What makes this management system different?
It's not just about individual processes. This is about a comprehensive framework, something that brings together every single aspect of your business.
Operations, marketing, finance,
people,
whole shebang.
Exactly. Think of it like a master control panel for your business. Everything's connected, everything working in sync.
So the business can basically run itself.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah.
It's about creating a system that's so well-defined, so well-documented, that it can function even without you there. Micromanaging every little detail.
Like that hotel owner with his checklists.
Exactly. He wasn't just managing tasks, he was managing an entire experience.
And the beauty of it is, he didn't have to be there breathing down everyone's neck. He built a system that empowered his employees to deliver exceptional service, consistently.
That's the power of a really well-designed management system. It frees you up, You're not constantly putting out fires. You can focus on the big picture, the strategic stuff.
But creating a system for an entire business, that can feel daunting.
It can.
Where do you even begin?
Gerber says, start with your primary aim.
Okay, back up. Primary aim.
Think of it as your ultimate goal for the business. What do you want to achieve? What legacy do you want to leave behind?
The impact you want to make.
Exactly. And once you're clear on that, you can start building your management system around it.
So it's not just about creating systems for the sake of having systems. It's about aligning those systems with your big vision.
Exactly. And a key part of that is what Gerber calls the organizational chart.
Oh, like a family tree, but for your business.
Kind of, yeah. It outlines the roles and responsibilities of everyone in the business.
So everyone knows who does what and how they all fit together.
Exactly. It's a blueprint for your team. And once you have that, you can start developing those detailed processes and procedures for each role.
The hard systems.
Yeah.
Right. The nuts and bolts.
Yeah, but we can't forget about those soft systems.
Ah, yes, the heart and soul.
Exactly. Gerber really emphasizes that soft systems are just as important, and they need to be woven into your management system from get-go.
This is about how you communicate as a team, how you make decisions, how you handle disagreements, how you celebrate wins.
You got it. It's about creating a culture that truly reflects your values.
I like how Gerber tells that story about the manager who worked for this business owner who was like a master of soft systems.
Oh, yeah, the one who was always so calm, so present.
The anti-boss. It wasn't just about like barking orders and demanding results.
This guy genuinely cared about his employees.
He was invested in their growth, their well-being.
And that had a huge impact on the manager. It changed his whole perspective on what work could be.
Like he finally found that game worth playing.
Exactly. And Gerber's point is, this is something that we should all aspire to,
To build businesses that are not just successful, but also meaningful.
To create environments where people feel valued, where they can thrive.
Where they can bring their best selves to work.
Exactly. And that's what makes the E-Myth Revisited such a powerful book. It's not just a business book,
It's a book about creating a life you love. A life that's aligned with your values.
Your passions.
And I think that's a great takeaway for anyone listening, whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out. Build a business that reflects who you are, what you believe in.
Build a game worth playing.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the E-Myth Revisited, I want to leave you with this question. If your business was a reflection of your best self, what would it look like? What would it stand for? What impact would it have on the world? Think about it, and then take action to make that vision a reality. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.